everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another First Impressions. So today we're looking at the King's Avatar, Quan Zhi Gao Shou. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys and girls. You know, even though I do have Chinese heritage behind me, I don't speak a lick of Chinese, and I'm very, very terrible with pronunciation with Chinese stuff. So I do apologize for that. You know, it's going to probably happen. I'm not even going to try to say some of these people's names because I'm probably just going to butcher them, besides the main character, who I really, you know, I'm gonna look it up while I'm doing this because for the sheer fact that I'm probably keep butchering his name otherwise. But one thing that's interesting about, you know, the King's Avatar is that it's a Chinese anime, and we don't see that very often, especially in the sense of a Chinese anime that's actually good. This actually is beyond good. This is actually a very, very well done animation, and I'm blown away by that because, you know, not to be offensive, but the few shows I've seen that were Chinese were hit or miss. You know, they were shows that for the most part they had these moments where you could see some potential in everything animation wise, and you could see some potential maybe the story, but maybe given the budget, maybe given the studio that worked on it, you know, it didn't pan out, and it ends up becoming usually just a train wreck. Now, the King's Avatar, I'll give you a quick synopsis of it, is about Yi Zhu, who apparently used to be a high level player. He was actually world renowned, and the thing was that his team, you know, basically kind of screwed him over in the sense that they made him kind of forfeit his character that he's had in this game called Glory, which is an online like MMO type game. And you know, they're like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna take your character. So they basically stole his character and kind of forced him to retire of sorts. But this is a guy who grew up with a game for, you know, played it for 10 years. You don't think really seriously? You think he's just gonna walk away from the game completely? What he ends up doing is he ends up using another avatar that he has, and from there, kind of goes to a cafe, you know, like one of those cafes, and ends up kind of becoming the manager there just to play games, essentially. Now, the first 3 episodes of the series have been more so, I think, meant to show how badass this character is. Like, his character is, I want to say, beyond Kirito level. Like, that's how scary it is, in the sense that he's super OP. That's the best way I could put it without, you know, insulting him. He is super OP. Now, my issues with the show so far are very minute, but there are some issues with it. My biggest issue with it is sometimes, the animation outside the game can be a hit or miss concept. Like, there are times where plenty of things look great about the series, and you can tell the character designs, you can tell, and the way the weather is animated, etc. Those are some really, really strong things about it. But in terms of, like, sometimes walking animation, in terms of how characters even just move around or look, it's sometimes hit or miss. But I'll tell you right now, though, where the show shines is in so far the action. The action has been amazing. You know, I've only got 3 episodes in, obviously, for the first impressions to give you guys. But it has been a non-stop roller coaster ride of some of the coolest fight scenes I've seen in anime in a long time. I mean, you know, his character goes and flies about. It's really cool. I think one thing that they wanted to do in the King's Avatar, and they really accomplished it very well, is they made a lot of aerial effects. And I think that's something that everyone's talking about, but I did notice when I actually was watching it myself, was that, you know, they really rely on characters going through the air and almost dancing, and it's very majestic, and it's something that you don't see too often in regular anime. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that if you're trying to look for a newer series, and it's an action series, and you like Sword Art Online maybe, or you love Sword Art, and you want something slightly different, you'll probably enjoy the series a lot. Now, I do have one complaint also, and it's not a big complaint, it's more so the complaint for the people watching it. Everyone's always bitching and moaning about how they cannot keep up with the subtitles, because the difference is, because it's a Chinese animation, all the voice actors are in Chinese. So voice actors are Chinese. I'm not familiar with voice actors and actors of Chinese, so I don't know if these guys and girls are popular or what in their country. I'll tell you right now, I have no problem with them. I think they do a phenomenal job really taking the tones of the characters they're supposed to be playing as. You know, like, for example, the character's boss who works at the cafe, who's like essentially that runs the cafe, you know, she is really cool. She looks like her type of character would actually sound. So I like that. I really enjoy that, and I give a lot of props to that. But because Chinese is not the same thing as Japanese, it's a very fast dialect. I don't know if you've ever gone to like Chinatown, for example, or anywhere that has a high density of Chinese people, but it's something where people talk, and they talk with ferocity and, you know, a ferocious nature. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that it makes it where, you know, things go out really fast. So definitely the subtitles have to play catch up a lot of times, and you really have to read pretty fast. But I've read, you know, 3 episodes in, I have not had a problem keeping up with the text. I'm not slowing it down. I'm not watching it on a website that slows down anything. I'm not doing any of that crap. I'm just watching it legitimately the way it was supposed to be, and I'm having no issues with it. So I really don't think anyone should complain about it. I mean, I read really fast for the most part, yeah, but even beyond that, I haven't seen anything that's really that hard to freaking read about it. I mean, for the most part, there's only a few times where they fly through something dialogue-wise, but it's usually minute. Like the guy will say something awesome, or some like simple line. Like, and I mean, when I say awesome, I mean that's like literally all he says is, "Oh, it's awesome," and it flies through. You see, like that, it's gone. But it's not a big deal. It's actually pretty much perfectly fine. Overall, guys and girls, I am enjoying the hell out of the series. I kind of wish I was actually reviewing it. Unfortunately, I did not actually decide to review it because I wasn't sure. Like I said, I've had some bad times with Chinese animation, to be honest with you. That's why I kind of didn't give it a shot, even when people were telling me it was good. It was kind of like, I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, there will be a review out there for this. Most likely, it will be a series review and a last episode review the day it airs, because I am trying to keep up with the show now that I am doing, I'm trying to actually get up to episode 4 right now. So I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoy this first impression. As always, please leave your comments below. What do you think about the show? I would love to hear from you guys. As always, also, check out my Patreon. I have an updated thing about it. On it now. Apparently, what I'm actually doing is I'm going to be doing, if you give me $10 donations, what I'll be doing is I'll take any review request you have, except as long as no hentai or no super adult stuff. I don't mind regular stuff, but and it can't be like something that's like 150 episodes of it. That has to be like less than 50. But I will review the show for you. Anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye bye.